Well, good morning, everyone, on this frosty, cold Kansas morning. I'm the Lord of Toxicity, and I brought in my full panel to talk about two episode 7s, Buffy and Angel, respectively. We'll be talking about the initiative with Buffy and the bachelor party, pretty much a candy episode with Angel. I've got my usual panel. I'm going to say good morning to all of them real quickly, and then we're going to deep dive into this thing. Northern, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Just watched both episodes earlier, and yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good episodes.
Nice. Critter, my continuity expert, today's going to be your day to shine. How are you today, buddy?
Oh God, I'm going to flounder so badly. So everyone be prepared to be disappointed.
Okay, you can hand it off to a friend, and maybe they can give you an assist. Speaking of which, Toonie Boy, my friend from the other side, how are you this morning, my friend?
Yes, the other side. I'm last I checked, I'm not dead, so that's all right.
Well, I guess I meant our Stranger Things
yes.
panel.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say the UK. Okay, all right.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, it's a double entendre. It works both ways.
Yeah, like we were just saying, like I can never predict what he's going to say, but anyway. But yes, I'm doing fine, good sir. How are you?
I'm still a little nasally, but I'm hoping that this weather, now that we're in our frigid tundra era, will be okay. Mr. E, what's up, my brother?
Oh, not much. I feel like I've been shot at and missed and shit at and hit. I'm fucking tired today.
Well, I hear you, man. Well, we soldier on, or we marine on, I guess, in your case. But anyway, so we've got episode 7. So who wants to pick up if my continuity expert's feeling a little case of the Wiggins, to use some Buffy vernacular? Anybody want to explain to the audience what the significance of an episode 7 in Buffy is?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it expands on the overarching storyline. Obviously, we get to see the initiative for the first time, and I think it's revealed. This is the first one where it's revealed that Riley is part of the initiative, and this is where we see what's happened to Spike after the last episode. Something which will greatly benefit his character development in the later seasons, and it does kind of give a little bit more development for Riley as well. You know, we see he's a soldier, but we see he's a very sweet, nice guy who's like very awkward when it comes to talking to women, but he's also this fucking badass mercenary soldier, whatever you want to call him in this one. And we get some good. We do get some good.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Oi, yo, get in there, yo! Come on, it's all right.
Critter, while he's dealing with some doggy issues, you want to take up?
She's a fucking attention whore. She is.
Sorry.
We do get pretty good Spike moments, though. We really do. I mean, we get probably one of the best Spike trying to bite someone but can't, which leads to a very awkward moment ever committed to a TV show.
That whole sequence of Spike and Willow was phenomenal.
It's good.
I can't wait to get to it.
So episode 7 season episodes, they tend to reveal something. This one does that. They tend to push the plot forward to what we're going to get towards the end of the show. This one does that as well.
I'm assuming that was by design that Whedon did this, or is it just happened to be the 7th episode?
Yeah, no, Whedon does that definitely by design. This is where we get like we start to, any like unanswered questions up to this point will be revealed in episode 7. And he actually even managed to accomplish that in season 1, where they only had like 12 episodes. So that's pretty cool that he kept that up for the remainder of the series. So as we go on, so like season 1 was Angel, season 2 was Lie to Me, season 3 was Revelations. Haha, see what he did there with Revelations. And now season 4 is the Initiative. Was anyone surprised that Riley and his bros were the Initiative? Was anybody surprised by that?
No, because I mean, it's the characters that get recurring screen time, not counting parking. They're going to be like part of the plot.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always thought that was a cool idea. I like that. I'm a big forgiver of the unevenness of season 4. Season 4 is when I really had a lot invested in Buffy. And it was really difficult for me to catch it because I was working so much. I had just gotten divorced, and it was super duper difficult for me to catch the episode. So I was always like bargaining with people to tape it for me. some I like would bring a tape to work and like randomly pick somebody at the bar, be like, listen, hey, are you going home? Can you do me a huge favor? Tape Buffy and Angel for me.
I need you to record Buffy for me, please. I'll do anything. I'll suck your dick.
Wow. That's holy shit, dude.
All
That
right,
was-
probably not that desperate, but
I mean,
probably worse
that
people
depends on the
probably have
episode.
done.
I mean, yeah.
maybe like 1 or 2 free rounds, but it's nice that you went to that extreme.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Yeah, no, never that big. Although one of the bigger disappointments was in season 5. I left halfway through the season and I asked my roommate to tape it for me, and he just completely fucking blew it off. Little did I know that they were going to have a Buffy and Angel marathon on I don't know what channel did it.
I thought it was the Sci-Fi.
It might have either been Sci-Fi or MTV, or it was one of those fringe channels. But when I got to my duty station and I had they had like a whole Buffy and Angel marathon, and I was able to catch up with it. So I was so happy. But I was, it was a bad day when I got that letter. It was like, sorry, man, I haven't been able to tape it. Like, how are you not able to fucking tape? Like, what are you doing that you can't hit record on a VCR, you fuck? Anywho, I slept with that guy's wife, so it's okay. But we kick off this episode with Riley and Forrest hanging out. A lot of people don't like Forrest. I have friends like Forrest. In fact, I'm kind of am the friend. I kind of am like Forrest. So
this might be considered this might be a loaded question, 2025. But what exactly do people not like about Forrest? I thought he was all right.
I think they don't like that he doesn't like Buffy. I think that's it. Like, he's the bro and she's the girlfriend that's like coming in and whatever. They have a lot of animosity between the two of them, but I think that happens more often than it doesn't. When you have like a best friend and stuff like that.
It's because she's peculiar. It's because she's peculiar.
I do like variable. I like Sarah's comedic shit she's doing in the background as Forrest is
she's
crushing
really
on her
in this episode. She really is.
She's really funny in this. Like, she just, because you can see like it's a mix of her awkwardness, still getting used to college, but also her superpowers just acting up. And she's like fucking breaks the yogurt dispenser and just leaves it, and the next guy's like, "What the fuck just happened here?" So. I like that. I like the whole thing. And, I like the fact that Forrest originally just thought she was hot. And, he's just looking after his bro. Like, he's trying to be a good wingman. I like that they have Maggie is kind of the general, and Riley is like the commanding officer of the troop. So he'd be like, I know they could refer to him as agent, but I guess his function would be like, he'd be like the master sergeant, running the troops, so to speak, or whatever. I also like, what's his name? What's the other dude's name in their little group?
I just call him generic fat guy.
Fat guy or frat guy?
Fat guy. I forgot his name, to be honest, as well. He's in the other episodes as well.
What is his fucking name? Anyway, he is, ironically or unironically, he's become like a fan favorite amongst the people. He just, because he's always like saying like low-key funny shit, like kind of like Oz. He's very like, he doesn't say a whole lot, but when he does, it's usually like gems. And he's always like really supportive of Buffy, like right away. So kind of like the opposite of Forrest, who talks too much and sees Buffy as a threat. But they get to class, and Willow's all angsty about Oz being taken off the roster. I don't buy this. She's too smart not to realize that that's normal. Of course he would be taken off the fucking class roster. Like, he just disappeared, like, whatever. But it gives a moment where Maggie gets to be a fucking Karen, and Buffy claps at her hard. Buffy's still probably stinging a little bit from that fucking sociology professor or whatever from episode 1 that made fun of her, so she's been looking for an excuse to unload on one of these pretentious professors. And then strangely enough, Maggie's like, I like her, and I like that for Maggie, that she says that she likes her. So
I was really hoping she'd redeem herself a little bit during the season when they started doing the rewatches, but unfortunately, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. During the course of the early parts of the episode, Riley realizes that, hey, I've got a crush on this girl, and he realizes it in the way that we most of us realize it, is the fact that he wasn't really thinking about it, but then somebody said some fuck shit about her, and he fucking decks Parker. You could get away with that back then, but today it'd be like, he hit me, I want him brought up on assault charges, and then the initiative would have had to disappear him into one of the fucking cages or some shit. Like, get rid of him. Although, to be fair, I'm a little bit of Parker too, because the whole, the difference between a freshman girl and a toilet seat? Toilet seat doesn't follow you around after you use it. I'm like, nice.
That was effed up.
Nice. No, I like it. That was good. That was a good one.
So true. So true.
I mean, it is true. Yeah. For those of us who went to college. So Willow decides to be his fucking wingman. And I love this little part right here where she kind of interrogates him, and she's like, you guys gonna fall madly in love, and then you're just gonna get up and leave one day and just break her heart and blah blah blah. And he's like, yep, that's the plan. He's great in this episode. I don't get the Riley hatred. I think people cherry pick the stuff that they like and then that they don't like, and
Everybody's still hung up on Angel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those forums. They really are. I mean, it's like Corsten is like, oh, they so deserved each other. She didn't deserve Spike Law because he tried to SA her, but then stopped himself before he actually did SA her.
Well, they did actually go. I mean, I don't want to like derail the conversation to season 6, but they did point out that in that scene, he didn't stop himself. He only stopped after Buffy like fought him off. We'll get there when we get to season 6.
There. Yeah, we'll get there, but just know, go ahead and put this on the back. But yeah, we get Spike is in the initiative. Now there's a lot of controversy about this, and you know what? It's not needed, because I'll tell you what, so they've now at this point, while he was unconscious at some point, they put the chip in his brain. So we know that. It doesn't get revealed until later, but looking back on it, Monday Morning Quarterback, you can tell, that they've put the chip in his brain. So the big thing was, how did he escape the initiative? I just look at it as this. The chip was in there, but while he was in the facility, they probably didn't fucking turn it on because he was locked up in the cage.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Until he
would explain that. That would explain that whole him fighting and to get out.
Yeah, because he was hitting a lot of non-demons in that scene.
Yeah. I just feel like they were like, did anyone activate his chip? No, because they probably, why would you activate his chip if he's already like in a cage? There would be no point in doing that. So they probably didn't, or maybe there's a certain amount of time after it's like embedded where it has to fucking boot up or something like that. Like one of those things would have been
the signal to get to him.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just staged his escape so that they could test whether or not it actually works.
No, I like that one.
Bad. That's not bad.
That one.
Yeah.
Or they just forgot to put that in there.
Well, okay, Mr. Krabby Apple. If someone's tired this morning, someone needs to have a lay down. We're almost done. 45 more minutes, buddy. Hang in there. Then you can go.
That's just lazy writing.
Yeah, well, that's just lazy writing. I mean, I know that it's been said, and I know I've heard it because I did have these DVDs, obviously, that, it was the fault of, they were like, oh, wait a minute, their continuity expert obviously dropped the ball, not as good as mine. And so they just fucked it up. I know that that's, been said, but listen, I can just as easily headcanon all this other stuff that we just mentioned, including what Toonie Boy just offered, which I'm okay with. All of that. All of that is fine. So it doesn't really bother me, because again, you need that big reveal when he rocks up, and and I love the fact that he does detective work to find Buffy. Like, he breaks into the TA's computer room and figures out the password and goes ahead and finds out what dorm she's in, and he doesn't just like find her, that kind of thing. And I love the fact that he totally throws this fucking poor dude. This guy's from, in case you guys don't know, this is the guy, this is one of Saturday, or what was it, Friday? What was her fucking name? Sunday. This was one of Sunday's, I say it every day, but the day that's her name. One of Sunday the Vampires. This was one of her crew from episode 1, in case you guys didn't know that. And I love the fact that Spike just throws him under the bus and lets him get captured so he can get away. It's such a fucking Spike move. Good for you, Spike. Never change, buddy. But yeah, he's technically, I think technically he's not actually hitting anybody here. I think he's mostly just like throwing them around, kind of. I mean, I don't know. Again, like I said, it could be very easily understood that any number of those other excuses that we said are fine. I love the fact that he runs up to and Harmony's still like just keeping the home fires burning for him, and he gets in there and he's just like talking shit. He's just like more obsessed with going after Buffy than he is with and I like that he's looking at all these weapons, but he doesn't bring any with him. So it's another little thing. This bothers me. This is like my least favorite. This whole demoralizing and demasculating of Xander, that he gets into a fucking slap fight with Harmony. Like that's dumb. That's dumb, because then if you hang in there and reading ahead, Harmony's actually pretty badass. You see her in season 5 of Angel, and she fucking goes toe to toe with another vampire and winds up dusting her. So it's not like maybe she learned to fight later, but I mean, this is dumb. I don't like this. I don't like the whole thing.
Because I mean, we're still in season 1 of Angel.
I found it pretty funny, but it was jarring because why is it a slap fight? I mean, it was funny, but it didn't seem necessary.
No.
I mean, sure, Xander isn't this like seasoned vampire killer, but he has killed vampires before. He has fought them, and he has stood his ground. So I'm like, him having a slap fight. I mean, again, him losing to Harmony would be fine, but having a slap fight is just kind of one of those like, you don't really buy it,
Yeah.
I felt in a lot of ways it made him a parody of himself.
Yeah.
Spike coming in here like this, and she accidentally, because I guess maybe she thought it was Riley or something, she accidentally inviting him in was great. Like this is what they used for the promo commercial, where they made it look like she was gonna get actually killed or seriously hurt in this episode. I do remember that very vividly. And they cut away before the fucking head thing happens, and that's even the commercial break back in the day was him attacking her, and then it goes to commercial, and then it comes back and he's still like down there getting ready to bite, and then the thing activates and like I don't know, puppy shocks him fucking back, where it's you can't use
that phrase anymore.
I can't use that phrase.
Puppy shock. No,
I can't say puppy shock. Why can't I say, what's wrong with puppy shock?
Hassan.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
That's fine.
Islamists don't like fucking puppies. I don't know.
We could say here the good old US of A.
Yeah, come at me, Akbar.
No.
Come at me, Akbar. You're gonna find out I shoot a lot better than National Guardsmen.
This shot right here is everything. It's
I felt fine. I felt fine when I came in.
This whole sequence is my favorite quote. I mean, the entire, not even part of it, the entire back and forth is my favorite quote of this episode.
It's the fact that she's trying to like.
Doesn't this happen to all
feels
vampires?
Fucking ugly that a vampire can't bite it. It's just the cream of the
It's the fact that she's trying to like cheer him up and encourage him. It's like, what? He's trying to eat you.
We could wait half an hour and try again.
Okay, here's another thing that bothers me when the initiative comes in after him. This is not how flares work.
No.
That place will be on fucking fire, wouldn't it?
It does not work like this. Now I do like the fact that someone was like, hey, if they're wearing night vision and they've shut all the lights off, the flare would probably fuck them up. That's true. But this bouncing around like a fucking Tetris ball is weird. And I do like the fact that, Buffy, like rocks these guys shit. That's pretty cool. And it's dark and their eyes have been frazzled, so they can't really see what's going on. So
but
there's
she's
that.
Slayer. She's got Slayer sentences. And
yeah.
Also want to say that the stunt work was a lot better than some of the other episodes with the fight sequences. I kind of enjoyed that whole fight in the hallway. I thought it was well done.
No, it was good. I always kind of thought they might have done a bad. I know they had to introduce Tara and her lesbian bullshit, but I always kind of thought this would have worked better had the two of them kind of linked up a little bit, or at least a little bit, because that happens, I mean, and then there's some kind of tension because he picks Buffy over her. I feel like that would have worked. I would have written it that way, because that's how college is, be fucking messy, and like, he links up with her and it's kind of lame, and then like he goes to Buffy. I could kind of see that, and then that is the last thing that catapults her into the Pink Mafia. Like, I kind of feel like that would have worked just fine for me. Also, it is pretty cool that he's kind of, you can see he's still like the tactical commander before it's even revealed, because like, I guess they play one of Oz's songs, and he just tells this dude like, hey, dude, knock that off. Switch songs or whatever, because she's over in her feelings and all that bullshit. But and I although I'm gonna flip it a little bit, and I'll say sometimes on shows like this, and this show is definitely guilty of it, it's like there's some sort of epic fail with the way that there's a social interaction. Like, I don't see what he did wrong with Buffy exactly. He kind of stammered a little bit, and then she had to go off with Xander for the thing. And I do think that's cute that he thought Xander was, like, oh, she just left with another guy. So
yeah, I was almost going to have that as my quote as well, to be honest.
yeah. But no, he didn't really fuck anything up. Like, they're kind of like making much ado about nothing here, because it doesn't really fuck anything up. But I do like the whole they're both undercover, and they both can't tell the other they each want the other person to get out of harm's way, because Spike's running around doing shenanigans. And I don't like the Giles and Xander sideline bullshit, where Giles is like, oh, well, Buffy won't need us for anything. What fucking why would she not need you for anything with this? Because it's human guys, and what does that have to do with anything? And in fact, I would say more so they'd need you, because Xander with the fucking military training, although slap fight notwithstanding. So but yeah, no, pretty good episode 7. Not my favorite episode 7 by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely a good one. I enjoy it. A lot of great quotes, but almost for sure I really love Spike completely misreading the thing and just saying, I always worried what would happen if that bitch got some funding. Because he's actually not wrong, because later on that actually is a thing where she's like briefly tethered to the initiative. So that's kind of cool. That's one. There's a lot of great quotes in this one. I'd also probably, I know it's a dick thing to say, but I'd also kind of go with Parker's, analogy of a toilet seat and a freshman girl. I think that's pretty good. Fucking, I still kind of use that to this day. So I don't say the freshman girl thing. I usually just say like strippers or bartenders, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, overall, pretty good episode 7. Not the best episode 7, certainly not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. I like it. I think it's good. And I don't know why I have this fair use banner up. I need to shut that off. And I'll go around the horn. Northern, give me your critique and your favorite quote.
No, I do like this one. Any time Spike gets expanded, and the show as hell do a good job here as well, is always good in my books. And yeah, Raleigh manages to be very, very charming. He's got the nice little preppy boy thing going, while also being this badass soldier. And Buffy is very adorable in this. But once again, it is Spike's who steals every bloody scene. And
yeah, as he does.
Yeah,
as he does.
I know. And it's probably one of my favorites, sort of like premature ejaculation, can't get it up when trying to get on with a girl kind of metaphor scene played with a very dark twist on it. It's one of my favorite scenes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never had that.
Yeah, it's never happened to me before. That scene.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend once ask me if I was suffering from premature ejaculation. I said, "Does it look like I'm suffering? Those aren't tears on your belly."
Superman, that whore.
Next.
Love the episode. I thought the fight sequence was fantastic. And every time some kind of show introduces a secret government underground lair, it's so cool. And again, that whole sequence, just to echo what Northern said, Spike steals every scene that he's in. And that whole back and forth with Willow is just hysterical.
Yeah. Mr. E.
Oh, okay. I liked it and enjoyed it. My favorite thing about it, it flips the supernatural hierarchy. You know, the vampires and demons are now the test subject, and the big bad is the institution, and pretty much introduces Riley as a main character. And my favorite quote is the one with Willow, where of course, she says, "You're not able to bite me now," and that's comforting. That's
Okay.
what she was talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Toonie boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to excuse me.
Oh crap!
No, well, I see. I'm just trying to not like repeat the same thing that everybody else has said, but I mean,
Yeah, no,
I don't have loads of new things to say. Yeah, I did love the episode. It is starting to push the season's plot along. It being episode 7, and again, that's I hate to say that my favorite scene is everyone else's favorite, but yeah, the Spike and Willow scene. Even when I saw it for the first time, I knew exactly what they were going for. Um, and yeah, it is perfectly hilarious.
Did you have a quote or?
Again, at the risk of being repetitive, it would just be Willow saying something like well, on the plus side, you can't bite me now, and just basically just encouraging Spike to try again, which is
Maybe we give it
It's so fucking insecure about it as well. It's like
maybe we give it a few minutes and we try again.
yeah. Yeah, that is my favorite quote.
That is that's pretty funny. Okay. Well, without further ado, let's jump on to Angel. Yeah, so we got I definitely characterize this as a candy episode. Angel, the bachelor party. It's very excuse me. It's very Doyle centric, and I don't think you could argue it's anything else but a candy episode, but that's okay. I mean, candy episodes can be good. Angel manages to be funny in a way that Buffy sometimes isn't. I don't know that I need to spend some more time thinking about it, but I don't know that I can honestly say why it's better. I don't know that I can explain how Angel is funnier. Maybe it's a drier sense of humor.
Well, drier and darker.
Yeah, yeah.
More,
But Angel's doing his usual, just chilling out, reading a book in the dark, and fucking Doyle's after him like a puppy. Like, let's go to the bar, let's go out and do things. All this, and then he finds Cordelia. Rocks up, and she's got a smoking hot outfit, and she's going out with a dude Chad trading bro, and I do like the brotherly, where they're both kind of. What time are you going to be back? And then Doyle's petty is like, oh, that's where you're going? No, the duck is very dry there. It's like, bitch, you ain't never been there. What are you talking about? Quit cock blocking, dude. It's not becoming. But yeah, no, and it the way that Cordy's looking at this guy just because he's good looking and he has money is kind of very telling of her personality. Because she's just like, listen, if I'm not back by dawn, clear out my desk. I'm not coming. It's like, Jesus, Cordy, like, let's fucking. This dude looks like he's cut out of Esquire fucking magazine. He went to like Rape Tech or whatever, and he's just such a fucking douche waffle. I love that it's revealed later that of course he's a fucking coward. And Doyle finds a picture of Buffy that Angel had. I guess he was using it as a bookmark while he was reading. That's kind of fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty creepy, Angel. And of course he, realizing that he brings up Buffy and, all of that entails, he goes to say, I'm sorry. And then of course he gets a vision. And I guess, they're never really clear on how these visions work. We only see like brief flashes or whatever, but they also seem to somehow have addresses attached to them in some kind of way. Is there anybody that's got a theory on the vision thing?
Well, they do say that he doesn't know. We basically see what he sees, but I guess because he's been around the city, he can sort of recognize where some of the places are. Like he sees like a girl's face, and he knows that that girl is probably in danger, and it's
sure.
That it's in this
sounds
area.
good. That sounds good, Tooney. But there's been multiple times, especially when Cordy starts getting the visions. Spoiler alert. When Cordy starts getting the visions, that she writes down addresses and shit. She's like on the corner of 22nd and Wabash, and I'm like, how did you get that?
Supernatural color ID? I don't
know. They've got postcodes and everything.
Yeah.
You guys, wait,
That's just lazy writing.
You guys don't even call them postcodes, I don't think. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess since I don't know what postcode means, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's zip code. It's
zip
right.
codes.
Yeah, we call them postcodes.
Oh, well, as usual, your British slang is terrible.
It's not even slang, it's just the language. Anyway, yeah, I've only just now acknowledged something about the intro, but Spike's having an argument with a puppet. Are we going to be getting anything about that anytime soon?
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have to hold your water on that one for a while, buddy. 4 more seasons.
Well, I'm out of tea, so
I hear you.
Nothing to hold.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, so they get that, and then they go do the saving of the. We got the intro, blah 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 blah, and then Cordelia finds out that now that she's got this kind of supernatural, exciting life, this kind of shit doesn't really blow her dress up like it used to. But then again, okay, so she's been in the Scooby Gang for 3 years previous to this. So wouldn't this have been a lesson she already learned? Anyone?
I don't know. I you would assume so, but
maybe she's not realizing that this stuff isn't for her anymore. It's like what Angel says. Maybe you're changing, and
I guess I could make an argument that because she kind of had that fall from grace where she lost all her money and she's living in squalor, kind of, although she's got a pretty decent apartment now. I guess you could make an argument that she's like, I got to get me a fucking, sugar daddy or whatever. Cause I can't just keep doing this bullshit. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But it seems awkward. I don't know. They didn't give this enough play for me to completely write it off or one way or the other. But anyway, Angel and Doyle managed to take out the cadre of vampires, although it's mostly Angel doing the heavy lifting because for reasons unknown, Doyle doesn't want to use his demon side powers to Hulk out and turn on his demon thing. So that's odd, and that's never really explained other than it makes him feel awkward. Look at his face. Look at this. This is fucking. Look at that face she's making right now. That's crazy. That's what Charisma Carpenter's face looks like now all the time, since she's gotten old and hasn't taken good care of herself. But yeah, Dude Bro thinks he's gonna come in, and so why is she going back to the office as opposed to going back to her house? Any thoughts on that?
Maybe she doesn't want what's his name to know where she lives.
Yeah, but she lives in a nice place now.
I don't know. Maybe that's a good question.
At this point, she's got the ghost house with Ghost Dennis.
Or she just she's not into him, doesn't want him to know where she lives.
Okay. Well, one of the vampires had followed them back and grabs Cordy, and Doyle rocks up with a crossbow and manages to take the guy out and get kind of fucked up in the process, which she finds endearing. And once he's dead, the first thing out of his mouth is, hey, are you okay? And she has this revelation that, hey, I like exciting, heroic guys. So duh. whatever. And I like the fact that Angel's kind of just being a good big bro here, like digging it. Like, okay, cool. And she decides that she's going to go buy him a coffee or fucking do something. And when she does so, she finds Doyle kind of like reacting or reenacting the moment. And because it's a Whedon thing, as soon as someone's about to find some sort of romantic happiness, he has to fucking throw a monkey wrench at it or whatever. So his fucking stunning, fucking hot, cute as fuck ex-wife, Harry of all things, comes back to serve him with divorce papers. Anyone want to take a stab at the anachronistic, the goof that they make here with her serving him the divorce papers? Anyone want to take a guess? I do it for a living, so I already know why.
Can we cheat and look on IMDb?
Well, I want to take a stab. It's like, can the actual part of the partnership serve papers? Does it have to be done through the office of the court?
Exactly correct. You have to be a court officer in order to serve papers. And in California, specifically, it's one of the states where the soon-to-be ex-spouse specifically can't even touch the papers, or else they become null and void.
Correct.
Continuity expert. Well done. And you didn't have enough time to Google that, so
no, I did not. I just I've been served. No.
Oh, have you?
No,
oh, okay.
no.
I have 3 times. Well,
yeah, samesies. What do you guys think here? I think she's fucking cute as fuck, dude.
No, she is. She is.
I don't know if I've seen her on anything else, but I'm hoping I can find some nudes of her somewhere. She is fucking really hot. Like I'm all about her here. So I'm actually would be shocked that he managed to get her, that he managed to pull that off. Must be the Irish accent. Chicks dig accents. So, you know. But anyway, I look at fucking Cordy's looking hot as fuck in here too, though. This is like, man, I just be like, listen, I'll sign the papers, but can I connive a way to get the two of you guys in bed together at the same time? Like,
can we have a little send off?
Can we make that happen? And then I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. So, and I why is Cordy so weirded out that he was married before? Like, that's not that weird.
Like that.
We get this guy. So continuity expert, you recognize who this guy is?
Of course not. We recognize him.
Go ahead. Educate me.
He's on series 3 at Buffy, episode 1, and he's also in Firefly as well.
Yep,
he's the agent.
He is.
That's Firefly. Okay. Now I'm seeing it.
You're gonna lose your continuity expert job if you keep fucking dropping the ball,
dude. Got a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. Your fucking foot hurts. All right, yeah, whatever, old man.
Jesus.
Fucking fix yourself. But yeah, he is what Joss Whedon affectionately refers to as a hat trick. You'll see several of this instances throughout the Whedon verse, so to speak. I think a lot of it's going to be revealed when we start doing Firefly. If you guys are still interested in that, because you'll see characters who have been in both Buffy and Angel, or at least one or the other, popping up there, as you do with TV shows. That's not such a weird thing anymore. Like fucking go to any Taylor Sheridan property, and you're gonna see like the same fucking 5-6 actors is gonna be in each one. But anyway. I don't know what this guy's name is, and it doesn't really matter. I think it's like Richard Fraley or some shit, or I don't remember. But he's it's one of those aw shucks, milk toast fucking douche. But I think of all the characters that he's played, like the one in Buffy, and then the one he plays in Firefly, I think this is my favorite one because he's so good with his deadpan delivery of a lot of the stuff, and you're just like, this guy, really? This guy? But yeah, I mean, whatever. I guess he's got good medical, and he's stable, so Harry's into it.
And he's a nice guy as well. He's actually very polite. He's like, no, I'm not sure I want to eat your brains anymore.
You dick. You just took my quote for the episode, you fucking dickhead.
Well, I have another quote, actually. That's just one I liked. That's it. But
yeah. I think this goes on. If I have any quibbles about this, I think this goes on a little bit too long with the two of them. It's like, you're getting divorced. You haven't been around, yada, yada, yada. Like, dude, like it's fine. I like the fact that Angel's drinking with him. I like that, this is a couple Irish dudes, and he's like, all right, well, we've got an issue. I'm not feeling super great about myself last night. Let's get this bottle and let's go sit down in the dark and fucking talk about our tales of woe. I like it. I
Yeah,
mean, me
plus it
personally,
makes sense because Angel's still kind of reeling over Buffy a little bit, isn't he?
yeah,
So,
yeah. Somehow in the course of the conversation, Doyle takes it upon himself to be like, hey, you're a PI. Can't you go look into this guy? I can't tell you how often this happens in my life where somebody has some issue and they just think they're going to get a free job out of you, and then whatever reason, Angel does do it. I like that he's following the dude around and he's doing Batman rooftop bullshit. That's pretty cool. That's a thing that I like that they keep throughout the entirety of the series. And to be fair, Richard or whatever the fuck his name is here, I'm just gonna call him Richard because he looks like a Richard. I think that is his character's name, but I might be wrong. He does look like he's up to no good. So I mean, it is what it is. I guess he's got a restaurant. Are they just serving demons? Are they serving people, or a combination of the two? Like, I don't know. Not really sure about that. But I do like the fact that Angel came in there and thought bad stuff or whatever, and beats the shit out of the guy, and then Harry's like, I know he's a demon, that's my fetish. So that's pretty cool. And Angel looks them up and finds out that they are peaceful demons. And there's a lot of people in the fan base that have a problem with this. They're like, well, if demons are bad, then how could this be? I'm like, I think demons are just like people. I think you can have good demons and bad demons. And
Well,
Yeah,
in
go ahead.
the whole, not to get too Christian-y, but when the war of heaven happened, the angels that didn't take part, they were just waiting for whoever to win, were banished for being not participating, not taking a side, and technically would be peaceful demons. I don't know. Take what you want with that.
This looks to either be November or December of 99 here. I can't really read this,
It looks like December 20th.
which
I
would be
agree.
weird that they're this close to Christmas. That's kind of odd, but
Merry Christmas.
yeah. Merry Christmas. Here's your divorce papers. Despite herself, Cordelia's finding out that, she does like Harry. They would get on pretty good. This is such a fucking banger of a scene right here. I fucking love this scene. That it's just this regular, almost Midwest, because this is like every Midwest family here, and they're eating some KFC and talking about what they're gonna do. And I love how they slide in as like, well, we're gonna have drinks, the stripper, blah 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 blah. Then we're gonna eat the ritualistic eating of the ex-husband's brain. Then we're gonna do charades. He's like, wait a minute, what was that last one? He's like, what? Charades?
That's what Joss Whedon does well. Just take something very, very normal, very mundane, something everyday, but give it this little demonic twist.
Teeth. What? Like, I don't know. Just make sure all.
I like she's just so like Minnesota mom, and so this chicken looks good as fuck. I'm hungry right now. Like this
I could have some KFC.
do they have KFC in
Yes,
England?
they do over here. We have been force fed that. Yes.
Nice. I'm glad we could import some of our finest
Export.
wares. Yes, export. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, that's yours truly. Messing up.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, no, I love that they're doing this. I like that Doyle's just like, it's like, fuck it. I'll have a few drinks and I'll just be fucking nice to the guy. And, he wants to do like a hug. Hey, he's just like Angel, like, hey, I don't hug, blah, blah, blah. And they get him drunk. And I don't know how they thought that this was going to be cool. Like they know that he gave consent for the marriage, not consent to have his fucking brains eaten. Like, come on, man. They're not that stupid. I get it that, maybe they know that he's a demon. And so maybe they think their demon traditions align or something like that. But the way that the other guys like made sure Angel was taken out of the picture speaks to me that, they definitely thought this was, this is not a great stripper here. This is not, I don't know what, they seem like they have more money and they could have gotten a much better stripper. And these guys are really way too into it for this chick that looks like her last name would be Patel or something. And she should be like cleaning a fucking Ramada Inn somewhere or something. Definitely not like a good hot stripper thing, but whatevs.
Well, maybe she's the stripper that will do more. She's not necessarily the prettiest.
Listen, they'll all do more. Like the
Yeah,
right
but-
amount of money, they'll all do
That's
more.
what's cheap.
Yeah. I love that Cordy and Harry are kind of bonding on how like all this fucking dumb women shit that's going on. They're playing some kind of like risque games and although to be fair, mostly what I've ever seen after working in bars is women tend to be a lot worse than dudes when it comes to bachelorette party versus bachelor party. In my mind, like women go crazy. They'll get like a guy stripper and start sucking him off in front of all their friends. They're like, "Go girl, make him come." Like they're fucking brutal, with the bullshit that they do. But yeah, no, them putting him in this box is pretty funny. And his
later on they do the marker where they're going to cut his head, the
Yeah.
dashes across his forehead.
yeah. I love that once he realizes what's going on, he tells him he's like, wait a minute, I don't want you to eat my brain. How about if I just give you that hug and we'll call it even?
Accepts our culture like she loved and accepted yours. Nick, what's this? You said get a utensil. This is a shrimp fork. He's going to eat the guy's brains with a shrimp fork? Well, pardon me if our ancient ancestors didn't leave behind any former husband brain-eating forks. Get a soup spoon, you moron.
And of course, Angel comes to the rescue, comes rocking up and saves the day. I'm not gonna
Harry says I should mix with other demons, I'll mix.
So yeah, and at the end of the episode, we get a little stinger that he gets a vision, and it's Buffy fighting off something, and that's going to be a problem. So overall, good episode. I enjoy it. It's a candy episode. I mean, you can't say it's anything else than a candy episode. It doesn't do anything for the overarching arc of season 1 story. It doesn't. There's no Wolfram and Hart. It's Doyle centric, and it's a candy episode. But I like it. But yeah, the quote that Northern stole from me at the beginning is definitely my favorite quote of the episode. I like this episode. It lives pretty well in my head. It's not something like I go to. I'm like, oh man, I got to watch The Bachelor Party. That's such a banger. But I mean, if it comes on, I won't shut it off. So I guess that's, what make of that what you will. Northern, how about you?
Yeah, I do like this episode. It's a good little take on someone trying to move on and allow the love of his life to be happy with some other guy and still kind of getting the shit end of the stick, because in a way we do in real life, except it's done a bit more extreme here. And Doyle is Quinn is really fucking good once again as Doyle. He's very charming, very likable. It's such a shame that he allowed his heroin addiction to fuck him up, because somewhere there's an alternate universe where he, Cordelia, and Wesley and Lorne are all hanging out with each other with Angel.
Yeah.
And my favorite quote has got to be, the shrimp spoon, man, because it's just so casual. It's so fucking mundane. Once again, Joss Whedon just taking the mundane and adding this kind of demonic twist to it just to make it funnier. It's so perfect.
This has some great Whedon-esque dialogue in this. I don't know if he's solely responsible for it, but I have it on good authority from most of his showrunners, like Greenwalt and some of the other ones, that whenever you hear like a banger line, even if it's one that they like wrote the episode or they directed it, and someone's like, oh, I love that one line where he says, and they're like, yeah, that was a Joss line. But the whole, you know what? Now I'm not even sure I want to eat your brain. He can't revoke a consent. He's your friend. Be nice. I'm sorry. That was rude. I'm happy to eat your brain.
They're also polite as well. They're not really bad people, but the demons, it's their way.
Yeah, totally. Critter, how about you, bud?
I liked, it's a little bit of a long quote, but basically Cordelia's like, Doyle taught 3rd grade, the kind with children, and Harry's like, yeah. And here's the line: like, are you sure he wasn't just held back and used that as a cover story?
That was good. That was good.
But
Yeah.
I think for me, like, I enjoyed the episode, and just again, I'm always repeating everything the Northern says, so maybe I should not be here. But I like the mundane, like they got a bunch of demons, got to eat another guy's brain who also has to be a demon, and they're having this semi argument about, I don't feel like eating your brain. You get a shrimp fork, and just that it's just such a, like, take the demons out of it and have a bunch of guys arguing over what kind of, like, your service to use. It's
Right.
a normal conversation, but it just happens to be about a bunch of demons gonna eat someone's brain, and I like that tone of it. That it's a normal conversation, just a really bizarre, odd situation.
Yeah. If none of you guys say the other great quote from this episode, I'm gonna probably bring it up, but maybe one of you guys will grab it. So, Mr. E, you go next.
All right. I enjoyed this one. I like the fact that we actually got a little insight to Doyle, I believe at this point, shortly after they decided to write the character out because of what's his name, Glenn Quinn.
Yeah.
Issues. It actually,
Yeah, he
always felt-
wasn't. According to what we know now, David Fury and Greenwald said that he just wasn't showing up, and because if you're a heroin addict, you're not giving a fuck about your call time and things like
Right.
that, and then he couldn't get the lines right, and
Yeah,
stuff like
well,
that.
for the first part of the season, he felt like a surface character. This actually had a little depth to him, and that's pretty much where my quote comes in, where Cordelia says, "I never knew you had this much depth. Don't get used to me saying that."
Toonie boy, how about you, buddy? Your mic is muted there, Toonie boy.
Jesus.
There we go. All right, there we go. You know, we caught it quick because you could have just stayed silent, let me do the entire thing, and then just said, "I agree."
I'm not gonna lie, the temptation for that to let you keep that muted and then to be like,
excellent point. Excellent
and then
point.
me voice over for you, be like, I watched this episode and I was spanking my pud the entire time because I like demons and that kind of mythology does something.
Can I have that as my favorite quote of the episode?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but yeah, so it doesn't like revolutionize the season story or anything like that. It is just another episode in the season, but it is a good episode in the season. And I can't remember the exact wording of the quote, but when the demon says something about demon mixing, or he says, "Mum always said you shouldn't mix with other demons," or whatever it is he said when he burst out the car. That one did get a grin out of me.
Okay. Another quote that I like that probably flew under the radar for you guys, because it really shows off Boreanaz, his dry humor and his good timing is like, yeah, so apparently they're a Mogodavan demon from blah, 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 blah. And apparently now they just open up a bunch of chain of restaurants with really expensive windows because he had crashed through the window. Now he has to pay for it. I'm totally going to pay you back for that. So yeah, we managed to get this well under time today. So you could have run your mouth a little bit longer, Toonie boy, even with the sound on. But we're not going to let you do that because God knows you'll take it too far. But yeah, no, great couple of episodes. Very interesting how they're very different. I kind of was worried when they started doing these Buffy Angel tandem crossover, whatever you want to call it, that they would be multi-themed and they would just have like the same thing going on in each one. But they don't. They're very, very different. A lot of the times, even when they cross over, sometimes they have a completely different. I mean, there's outliers like Harsh Light of Day and In the Dark, but then there's other ones where it's like Dear Boy and Fool for Love, where even though they're like completely match shot episodes with their flashbacks and stuff, the meaning and the context of each episode is completely different. So I find that to be very interesting. That's so well done with these shows, especially when you have a group of writers who are pretty much writing both things simultaneously. At least I would imagine they are. So yeah, no, I dig these two. This is a good couplet of the episodes. But if nobody else has anything to say, I'm just going to play us out. And
I get two things.
Yeah,
Graham.
go for it.
Graham was the other guy in the initiative.
Graham, yeah, Graham Cracker. He's a good dude, man. Graham, you always want a guy in your unit like Graham. you know, he doesn't say a whole lot, and when he does, it's usually pretty profound and stuff like that. I did go a little clip heavy with this one today. I you know, we've been pretty lucky so far, knock wood. So hopefully our luck will hold and we'll be okay. But I'll have this uploaded soon. But yeah, Graham, good old Graham. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next week. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do the MCU thing. Feel like it should be on a Saturday, like a Saturday matinee type thing. But if my co-hosts are amenable to it, we'll probably plan for like next Saturday or something like that in the afternoon if they're all not doing anything. But yeah, so that's it, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You are the Slayer. Into each generation, a Slayer is born.
Why don't we start with, hi, I'm Buffy.
Xander.
Cordelia. Willow, right?
Mr. Giles. Angel.